Greetings, Benjamin J. from Ben's Trains with another in this series. Well, look what has just arrived from eBay. I was going to do an unboxing video, but the box was full of styrofoam peanuts, so it's just easier not to try to deal with it while I'm shooting the video. Anyway, so I got these things unpacked, found this on eBay. It's the entire consist. It's a Marx Lehigh Valley 112 diesel locomotive, a hopper, boxcar, and caboose, $11.50. Now, of course, this is a DC locomotive. So he's trying to run it on AC. That's what happens. Nothing. It just sits there and buzzes. So I've used a diode and a magnetic lock-on. So it's going to be its first trip around the rail, a DC locomotive running on AC. Just want to see how this is going to run. So this diesel locomotive, it has one brake here in the front, as you can see. Other than that, it's actually in very good condition. It's dirty, yes, but the entire consist with the locomotive, $11.50, DC, of course. So I've added a diode to this transformer and a magnetic lock-on. Let's see how this is going to run with the diode. As you see, zoom, zoom. And that's running just absolutely splendidly. Now there is no headlight in this, not yet anyway. So I'll be pulling this apart, lubing it, tuning it, adding a headlight to it, and of course I'll be adding that diode directly to the motor. But as you can see, as I always stress, don't overlook the junk and don't overlook the DC locomotives. $11.50 for the entire set, and it's up and running just by adding a simple diode to the transformer. So I will pull this apart, solder that diode directly onto the motor. From then on, it's a straight AC locomotive. But as you can see, this is running really, really well. No problem with this at all. $11.50. Really difficult to beat that. So let's bring it up here and stop it. And let's transfer this to another rail. So I've got a full Marx consist on this rail. So I will just add this to it. So I'll add the gondola, the boxcar, and this consist already has a caboose on it, so we won't be using that. All right, put that caboose out of the way. Now we'll take our magnetic lock-on and transfer it over to this other rail. As you see, these magnetic lock-ons are really simple to use, as you can see. So you just slide it under the rail, and we're up and ready to run. Okay, so the Lehigh Valley 112 DC locomotive, pulling a total of 10 Marx cars, running on a diode. Let's see how this goes. As you see, running just absolutely splendidly. Let's take it up to 50% power. All right, there's 50% power. As you see, that little locomotive is just flying around this rail. So a DC locomotive running on AC by adding a diode to the transformer. So I'll pull the motor out and solder this diode directly onto the motor, and from then on, this is a straight AC locomotive. And I'll add a headlight to it, very likely. Anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this. Don't overlook the junk. Don't overlook the DC locomotives. $11.50 for the locomotive itself, the Lehigh Valley 112, hopper, boxcar, and caboose. $11.50. Really difficult to beat that. It's not in perfect condition. It has this brake here in the front. But for $11.50 for the entire consist, or the entire set, that's really not bad. So like I said, I will pull the motor out and solder that diode directly to the motor. From then on, it is a direct or a straight AC locomotive. And as you see, this is running really well. There's no problem with this at all. That's running quite well. So while I have it apart, I'll add a headlight to it, clean it up a bit, lube that motor and the gearing, solder that diode to the motor, and it is a straight AC locomotive. So as you can see, it was worth $11.50. There's no doubt about that. This is running really, really well. So the Lehigh Valley 112 entire set. Hopper, boxcar, and caboose, $11.50, and then 20 cents to add the diode to convert it to AC. So this is running really, really well. So like I said, I'll pull the motor out, lube it, tune it, get it cleaned up, add the diode directly to the motor. From then on, it is a straight AC locomotive and running just absolutely splendidly, as you see. So, gotta say it again, don't overlook the junk and don't overlook the DC locomotives. $11.50 for the entire set and running just absolutely perfectly. And then I'll solder that diode directly to the motor, and from then on it is a straight AC locomotive. Now you can clean these things up and actually make them look quite good. But as you see, it's complete. It does have the brake right there in the front, but other than that, that is the only damage that I see on this. So the locomotive itself, hopper, boxcar, and caboose, $11.50, and like I said, 20 cents for that diode. So it's up and running. I'll get this cleaned up, add the diode to the motor, and be a great addition to the collection. Really inexpensive. Best of all, it runs just absolutely splendidly, as you can see. Running really well. Anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video on this. I'll do a follow-up once I have it finished. I'll get that diode installed on the motor, and like I said, from then on, it's a straight AC locomotive. But as you can see, this is running really, really well just by adding a 20-cent diode. So I'll get that mounted on the motor, get this cleaned up. It's going to be a great addition to the collection. $11.50. Really difficult to beat that. Anyway, just want to do a quick video on this. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.